It is a 13-race card on Belmont Day, with the Belmont Stakes being race number 11. It also ends in all stakes pick 4 with a guarantee of $1.5 million. Let's get some insight into all 4 of those races with Matt Carruthers and Paul LaDuca. This all stakes pick 4 begins on the turf with the 1 mile Longines Just a Game.
And as you would say, this thing could pay stacks if American Pharoah were to lose race number 11. I thought that the Just a Game to me is one of those races, Paulie, where you decide you really like somebody and try to take a stand in a wide open event, or you admit the race is too difficult and you spread out as much as possible.
Well, if we're going to get to my key horse, let's just start, because I took that same approach. I mean...
Well, my key horse is here, too.
Oh, okay.
I'm interested here. Okay,
so
where are you going?
Jay Wonder.
Okay.
And I like this horse, and the reason why is her last 2 times that she has run, she really has had bad trips. The time before that, she really got strangled back a little bit, and that was at Keeneland over a soft turf course, sort of in between horses, and I thought she was best. She ended up being 4 wide at the quarter pole and fought on well and ended up being 3rd best, but I thought she was best today. She came back here at Belmont. She stumbled badly at the start, up on the pace a little bit. Castellano got her in a tiny bit of trouble. Now jockey switch to Lescano. Now Jose Lescano, I think, will take back and is a very good turf rider. I like her at 10-1, and I'm going to take a stand and single her tomorrow. I'm
going to take a stand in this race, too. It's my key, and it's Discreet Mark, the 3. I thought she looked a little short in victory on the 9th of May. She was a little tired at the end of that race, but she hadn't raced in 5+ months. She still did what she needed to do to win, and she wins often. She's 8 for 21 in her career. She thrives over the Belmont grass at 5 for 8. So second off the layoff, loves the turf course. I think controls things early on. This is a Grade 1 winner in her own right, who's made almost $1.2 million in her career. So I'll go with Discreet Mark, who I think clears this field.
For a mile on the turf, and the Longines Just a Game, to a mile on the main track. And look, if it weren't for the Belmont Stakes, this is the best race on the card going away. It's the Met Mile and a purse of $1.2 million. Where do you start here?
Well, I think let's begin with the kind of the unknown variable, and that's Tamar Cruz in this race, because you mentioned how I've become very close to Kieran McLaughlin over the last couple of days. And he tells me, hey, this horse is really talented, but when he got him, no idea how to break. He missed the break in the Godolphin Mile and still won. He was showing me video on his phone of Tamar Cruz breaking with alacrity out of the gate. So this horse has learned how to break. He has a lot of talent. He's a price horse in this race. And what about Honor Code? I think 1-turn mile for him is perfect.
This is a crazy field. I can't believe how good this field is. If you look at 5 horses in this race, the 1 Private Zone, the 4 Tonalist, the 6 Wicked Strong, the 7 Byron, and the 9 Honor Code, at one time you might have said that's the best older horse in America. One of those 5 horses. It's amazing, this field. Kobe's back is 20-1. And he's got an outside look in here, because you know what? The races from Keeneland have been rock solid. I think I like Wicked Strong. I didn't know if I would. Coming out of the race, the Excelsior, 1.25 miles, cutting back in distance. You know, I always thought he would be a better 1-turn mile race. And back here at Belmont, tepid selection, but I think you need to go deep in there.
You know, it's a tough race. We don't even mention Private Zone, and we don't even mention the horse who won the Breeders' Cup Classic last year, and Byron. That's how deep this race is.
Well, Paulie mentioned him as 1 of 5.
Oh, okay.
He said 1 of 5 could be best older horse.
Okay.
Moving on to the 3rd race in the $1.5 million guaranteed all stakes pick 4. I've always liked this race over the years. The traditional race before the Belmont, the 1.25 mile Grade 1 Manhattan on the grass.
Well, I was impressed visually with Big Blue Kitten's performance in the Fort Marcy, and I don't care that it was a Grade 3. I just saw Big Blue Kitten back on top of his game, and he has the back class, obviously, to win this race, and now he's back in good form. It was his first start since the 15th of November. I love the way he closed into a pace that was not really that quick. Even though it was a weaker group, I was impressed with him, so I think he's the closer. And then War Dancer, that was a tough beat to Twilight Eclipse in the Man of War. Maybe he's sitting on a win. It seems like he's getting closer every start.
He is getting closer every start. I'm with you on Big Blue Kitten. He's a little bit of a Rodney Dangerfield type horse. The horse gets no respect. He's thrown in 1 clunker and was in the Breeders' Cup turf at Santa Anita, but he's been darn good in every one of his starts. And if he wins tomorrow, or if he wins on Saturday, he's won half of his races. He's 13 for 26 lifetime. Then you have Twilight Eclipse, who's always right there at the wire. You know, Finnegan's Wake was really good, too. And Ashley Love Sugar has turned out to be a good horse. General A-Rod on the outside, I've heard a lot of buzz about him.
What's the morning line? 20-1.
20-1. 20-1 on the morning line. First time on turf. Does have Dynaformer on the bottom side.
You'll be going all in this race, I predict.
Yeah, for fun. And it was Rodney Dangerfield who said, my neighborhood was so poor that I grew up in, even the rainbow was in black and white. All right, the Belmont Stakes to end this all-stakes pick 4. You said it's going to pay stacks if American Pharoah gets beat, but is that a wise move to try and beat American Pharoah?
My wife is stupid. It took her an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. I mean, she's not very smart. Yeah, if American Pharoah loses, the races before are so tough. This thing will pay a lot. There's no way I single American Pharoah. I probably use American Pharoah. He's clearly the horse to beat. I like Frosted. I've been saying that all week. And then I think that Mubtahij, who's been training so aggressively here in the States the last couple of weeks, DeCock bringing this horse back after kind of an okay performance in the Derby. It wasn't a bad effort. I just have a feeling that this horse is gonna run a decent race. So I'll use Mubtahij along with Frosted and American Pharoah, those three.
I'm with you. I'm completely with you.
Same three.
Yeah, because I was on the materiality train, because I think tactically he can stay closest to American Pharoah. But after just reading the body language of Kieran McLaughlin and looking at Frosted, I'll tell you what, he's going to give American Pharoah all he can handle in deep stretch. And Michael DeCock, to me, is a guy that's just not just wins races. This guy wins Group 1s all over the world.
Yeah.
For him to keep this horse here, and then him telling Scott, it's Katie by the door. That's usual, the 5 works. Don't worry about it. That's what we do. I tell you, that horse could be dangerous. Could be dangerous.
Doesn't matter what train you get on. It's a train that should lead you to TVG.com to play the $1.5 million guaranteed all-stakes pick 4 starting in race number 8 Saturday at Belmont Park.